Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mei Leaf. In this video, unboxing one of China's most unusual oolong teas. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing Bai Ji Guan, which has just arrived from Wuyi Mountains. We're going to scope the tea and we're going to taste it. This video is going to go under the single tea tastings playlist. If at any point in time you enjoy this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. The more thumbs in the air, the more tea videos are going to come your way. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, then go click that button. It's Sunday in London. It's middle of October, yet it's still a sunny day, so I thought let's do this outside. Not to mention the fact that all my equipment, the tripods are all at work, so currently the camera is kind of precariously placed on a very, very old tripod with broken legs, so I'm hoping it's going to stay there. And today is all about unboxing this Bai Ji Guan, which has just arrived from China, from our farmers in Wuyi. So let's talk about this tea because it's one of the more unusual oolong teas out there from China. Excuse the sirens out there, we are in London. Okay, so Bai Ji Guan is unusual because it's produced in very small quantities and the production technique to make it is a little bit steeped in secrets. Most people are told that it takes a very skilled tea master to be able to make a Bai Ji Guan properly. And certainly we have tried a lot of Bai Ji Guans and most of them don't make the mark. Let's quickly scope the tea. Season, this is a spring-picked tea. Cultivar, this is from the Bai Ji Guan variety, which is one of the 4 revered varieties from Wuyi, the Seda Minsong varieties. So there's 4 of them, and Bai Ji Guan is one of them. But it grows in very, very small amounts. It's one of the least cultivated of all the varieties out there. And it has pale yellow leaves. So very similar to Anji Bai Cha or Jade Sword that you may have seen a video of before. The plant actually has naturally got very, very pale yellow leaves. So they don't produce the chlorophyll as quickly as other plants, and so you can produce this special tea. So that's the variety, the Bai Ji Guan variety. Origin, this comes from Zhengyan in Wuyi Mountains, so the national forest area, the real heartland of Wuyi Yanchas or Wuyi Oolong, so the best area for these types of tea with a lot of rocks, with a lot of minerality, so very, very high quality area. Picking and processing, as I said, it's a little bit steeped in secrets, this one. I know I've never seen this one actually being produced. What I do know is that they shade wither this tea. So it's all about trying to keep the tea from going green, from going too dark, making sure that it stays very lightly oxidized. So the idea is to not give it too much sunlight, so they're picking from a variety that naturally doesn't have much chlorophyll, and then I know that there's some shade withering involved. Past that, I really don't know, and I've been trying to get to the bottom of this, but as I said, a lot of people, the only people in China that can make it, and there are very few people in China that can make it, they kind of keep their cards quite close to their chest, understandably. So they don't really give me that much information. All I do know is that we've tried a lot of Bai Ji Guans, and most of them don't quite meet the mark. So I know that it's a very difficult tea to produce. Finally, elevation. This is from Zhengyan in Wuyi, which is not super high, it's around 600, 650 meters. Okay, so we've scoped the tea. I'm going to get to the unboxing. Let me give you my take on this tea before we unbox it. Because as I said, we have tried a lot of these teas. And Bai Ji Guan is one of those teas that I would say is a slow grower. It's one of those teas that the first time you try it, if it's a good one, the first time you try it, you may not quite get it. And it's kind of like a track or a piece of music that you hear for the first time, and it kind of, you listen to it, you think, yeah, it's a good track. But then the next time you hear it, there's just something that draws you to it, and then it keeps drawing you to it, and then suddenly it becomes one of your favorite tracks on an album. And this is the same thing with this tea. The first time I tried this tea, I was interested by it, but not blown away by it. And then trying it a few more times and trying really good ones, you start to notice that what is amazing about this tea is its unique balance. The fact that it's just so perfectly structured. There's nothing that sticks out. There's nothing that's like, oh, this is very fruity tea or this is extremely creamy tea. So it doesn't have this kind of singular characteristic. But what it has is a really unique balance. It almost somehow combines the flavor profiles of a variety of different teas. So it's got the kind of creaminess of an oolong and the creaminess of a dansong oolong, so like a duck shit oolong or maybe a Taiwanese oolong. It's got the sweetness of a black tea. It's got the freshness of a green tea, and it's also got a lightness and a kind of velvetiness, the softness of a white tea. So somehow it kind of combines all teas into one. And because of that, there's nothing when you first drink it that really gives you this, wow, this has got such a particular character. In fact, the character of the tea is its unique elegance in terms of its balance. And the reason why it's hard to find a good one is that if you don't get that balance right, it just doesn't work. The tea just doesn't work. So if there's not enough of the creaminess to counteract the freshness of the green tea kind of aspects, it doesn't work. So if you lose the balance, it doesn't work. But if you get the balance right, then what you get is this incredible, unique kind of layered tea that represents and expresses most teas all in one cup. And what is the interesting note that rises out of this is a kind of toffee note, malty toffee, but very toffee, like buttery toffee notes. So let's unbox the tea. I'm hoping that it's as good as the samples that we tasted, because as I said before, this is the kind of tea that you can easily get the wrong batch. But we have tasted these samples already from the farmer, so I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the right tea. So here it is. We only bought this much, so a small quantity. I'm going to cut this open. It's quite unique packaging that they brought to us. This cardboard packaging is a little bit weird, but hopefully it's nicely wrapped inside. So, as I said, we don't have our full studio setup, so I'm not going to have multiple cameras on this, so you're going to have to bear with me. Right, let me see if I can move this out of the way quickly, and let's bring this onto the table. Actually, I'll leave it here and I'll take a scoop and put it out for you. Okay. So the thing about this tea is it's a very unique color. It has a very, very distinctive kind of green yellowing nature, and that is through the shade withering and because it is a particular cultivar. Okay, let me show you the tea first and then we'll talk about it. So I'm a little surprised because it should be a little bit lighter than this. The sample I tried was more of this kind of color. I don't know if you can see that, but is more of this kind of green yellow color and less dark, whereas this is a little bit darker than it should be. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about it, but most of the time the color reveals itself. You see the lightness after it's brewed. So let's hope that it's still the right tea. It definitely has some of the toffee notes to it. It's got a slight herbal note to it as well. Let's just taste this tea and make sure that it's the right sample. As I said, you never know when you're getting teas from farmers. You always have to try your batch, try the sample, approve the sample, and then try your batch when it arrives. We always do this at Mei Leaf. Otherwise, there has been on occasion some sticky situations. So we judge by taste. The look of it, as I said, looks a little bit darker than I was expecting, but hopefully the taste is going to be good. So I've got about 4 grams per 100 mil. This is about 150 mil, so this is probably about 6 grams of leaf. I always, would measure it normally, but I can do it by eye. I put a little bit more in. When I'm tasting these samples, I want to make sure I get a really good representative of this, and I've got boiling water in here. So let's give it a quick rinse and smell the leaves. Let me show you the wet leaves. Get a bit closer if I can. So you can see they are still quite dark. Now, Wuyi Oolongs are usually dark, but the Bajiquans should be lighter than this, really. So again, I'm a little bit... Let's see. The smell, I'm getting the toffee. I am getting the toffee. It smells very similar to a duck shit oolong, so you're getting that almondy nuttiness, a little bit of fruit. Actually, it smells really, really nice. Smells really, really nice. Toffee and butterscotch. Smells really good. My hopes are rising again. I'm always worried whenever I taste samples from China. It's one of the big stress moments for me, is have they sent me the right stuff, or have they done something a little bit naughty and sent me the wrong samples. We always keep the other samples around just so that we can A/B as well. Make sure, let me just come and focus, make sure that we A/B properly. But I remember the taste, so I should be able to judge it. The color is about right. Again, a little bit darker than I would expect, but you can see compared to most Wuyi Oolongs that are heavily roasted, this is a lot lighter and has this kind of green-yellow tinge to it. Okay, let's give it a taste. It has the creaminess. It's got the toffee notes. They're quite light at the moment, so I'm hoping it will reveal a bit more. It's got the minerality. It's got a nice finish to it. It's displaying all the things that I would want from a Bai Ji Guan, but just toned down a little bit. I'm hoping that this is going to be one that reveals itself more in second infusions. You can see that the leaf is just starting to open up, and you can see that it is starting to get lighter. So the darkness is starting to go, and that will, I'm sure, increase. Let me give it another infusion now. Sometimes when I do these tea tastings, I intentionally brew a little bit stronger than I would normally recommend, just so that we really can taste all the characteristics of the tea, similar to a kind of tea tasting style. It's got the nuttiness and sweetness of a Bai Mudan, of a white peony. It does have the freshness of a green. It does have the sweetness of a toffee. Sorry, a sweetness of a black tea, but it's just lacking the toffee notes at the moment a little bit. So this is now giving it a stronger infusion. I probably brewed this for about double the amount of time I normally would. Let's just check it again. The color, you can see, is a little bit darker. So second infusion is where the tea really, really does reveal itself. So if it's not good on this one, then we have a problem. Not that it's not good, but if it's not as good as the sample, then we really have a problem. You can see the leaves are lightening up even further. More of the yellow is coming out. You're seeing less of the darker notes, and you're getting that characteristic mottled expression of green yellows with the reds. Okay, I am a bit nervous, I have to say. All right, cheers. Okay. Okay, so what's happening is I'm getting all the flavors. I am getting those malty toffee notes, but they're quite dialed down considering the amount of leaf that I have here. And I wouldn't be normally recommending most people to use this amount of leaf. So I'm a little confused. From the moment I opened it and I saw that the leaves were darker than the sample, and now tasting it, I am kind of suspicious that they didn't send me the tea that I ordered. And this is an expensive tea. I mean, this is the amount we ordered, so you can see that's a tiny amount of tea. So, you know, it's a pricey tea. And it's very difficult to source in China, a good one. And when you're far away, like we are in the UK and China, if you get a farmer that thinks that they can pull the wool over your eyes and send you a slightly cheaper version than the grade you approved, then sometimes they do. This farmer is a relatively new farmer for us. In fact, yes, this is the first time we've ordered from them. So guys, what can I say? It's not right. I mean, okay, let me just make it very clear. This is a good tea. It's a nice tea. Nothing wrong with it. It's a good tea, but the cachet and the expression of what a true Bajiquan should represent. And remember, I talked about this perfect balance that you need to hit, and if you don't quite get it right, it just falls flat. It's like that piece of music, you know, if the harmonization, the production is just not quite right, you may have all of the instrumentation there, you may have all of the same vocals and instrumentation, but if the production isn't done perfectly, it loses so much more than if it was something that was just fruity tea or nutty tea, etc. And this reminds me of a lot of Bajiquans I've tasted and I've rejected. And I don't think, my heart is sinking because I don't think that they sent me the right tea. And so now I have a decision to make, and I've got to go and speak to the farmers and find out exactly what's going on. This is when my job becomes a little bit less fun than when I'm tasting delicious teas and working with farmers that are being truthful. Look, I'm not going to make judgments. I'm going to have to pull out the sample which is in my office. So I'm going to have to pull out the sample and compare it like for like, take pictures, taste the teas back to back. There is a tiny chance that I'm wrong, but really, I don't think I can sell this for Mei Leaf. So this was a fail. So this is going to go under a different playlist on YouTube. Okay, so this is an example of the tea buyer's life, and I guess it should be framed in that way. This Bajiquan is a good tea, but it's not a great tea, and Bajiquan should be a great tea for the price that you're paying for it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I guess I have now got to sit and think about this. I'm going to drink a few more infusions just in case it changes, but usually by the second infusion, if you don't know whether or not it's right, or if you kind of feel like it's not something you could sell, then you need to pull the plug on it. So I will do some more infusions. I'm going to see what I can do out of it. I'm sure I'll update you guys either on YouTube or on Facebook Live or something. So get in, if you're not getting notifications from Facebook, then you might want to do that, because I'll probably do a Facebook Live once I've figured out what's happening with this, but I'll post it on YouTube anyway. Anyway, sorry, I can't get too excited about this tea. I hope that we'll resolve it, but that's the way it goes. You never know when the box arrives from China. That's it, tea heads. If you made it to the end of this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. Check out our YouTube playlist and let us know if there are any videos that you would like us to make. If you're ever in London, then come visit us in Camden to say hi and taste our wares. If you have any questions or comments, then please fire them over. Other than that, I'm Don May. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from the tea bags, keep drinking the good stuff, and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.